Katie, so it's great to have you in. On your own work with lawyers from a team perspective and an individual perspective, each and every day, what do you think the last 18 months, what's the future of the legal industry? We're sort of saying that there's a lot of forced adaptation going on. What's your own take on that, and where do you think that the industry is heading going forward?
Yeah, I think that's right. Forced adaptation is the phrase, and it's been a really challenging 18 months for everyone. Law firms haven't survived any differently to any other firm. But I think what it has done is it's really accelerated the pace of change. And traditionally lawyers are fairly conservative. They have traditional models of business, and I think what the pandemic has enforced, it wouldn't have been something I'm sure they would have asked for, is the whole working from home. The courts are online. All of their people were spread out around the country. There were very few in-person, if any, in-person meetings. And that's a huge change for law firms, as you know. That isn't the way they do business. So I think it's given them the opportunity to experiment, what works, what doesn't work, and also it has given them perspective, which in business is such a key element, isn't it? So I think it hasn't been easy, but I think there's opportunities that have come out of it and lots of different ideas coming out of it, so that's great.
Yeah, and you mentioned you had been doing a survey with lawyers in your own network, and you broke it down to different types of challenges in the different areas of their business that they think about on a day-to-day. As it relates to the people element specifically, what were some of the major challenges that people feel, or lawyers specifically feel like they're facing now in these new times?
Yeah, the next step, as it were. But I think if you break it down, there's the logistical issues. So where are we going to be? Where is our business going to be physically located? Are we all going back into the office? Do we need to all be in the office? Are we going to have people sometimes working from home? Are they specifically going to be on certain days? All of these, what I call operational challenges. So they need to be given, I think, a lot of space, and no one size fits all is what I would say. Clients will find that a model works for them but doesn't work for their closest neighbour. And I think there's going to be a lot of, again, experimenting and adapting and trying new things and seeing where you go. And then on the sort of less logistical side and more philosophical side, if you might say, in terms of the people, is how do you create that sense of still belonging to the one organisation, whether your organisation is 5 people or 500 people? If somebody's working from home and one person's working in the office, how do they connect? How do they collaborate? How do they form that sense of inclusion, which is such an important element for any business, law firms in particular. So again, I think there's going to be a lot of what works, and let's be honest with ourselves about what doesn't work, and how do we change that, and how do we really deliberately and consciously, there's the 2 words that I think come up for my clients a lot, how do we make the effort and the right decisions to ensure everybody feels as included as possible, and that's going to take some time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.